Hello everybody and thanks for coming back. Now, if you haven't watched part 1 of this video, I recommend doing so because this might not make sense to you if you don't. Well, some of it won't make sense, it's just you're just going to be missing all the other cards I just reviewed over there. And me explaining why this is the best one out of all the other ones. It's the Internal Bargain 1 Commander 2013 from a new set. Yay! Been waiting for this for a while now. There's one thing I hate about Commander though. They banned Emrakul. Unban Emrakul 2014. Everybody, you should all be sending to MDG to tell them to unban Emrakul. That was stupid. And unban everything. Commander's supposed to be fun, not have banned lists. I mean, I understand the reason for it, but it's Commander. It's not sanctioned tournament or anything. And I think since Commander's mostly casual, you shouldn't be banning stuff for casual. But anyways, let's get back to the cards. Because that's what we're all here for. Well, a little of you anyways. And I will be buying new stuff whenever, if I get more views, I'll buy more better camera equipment and stuff, depending on how well these do. The next card I'm going to talk about is Well of Lost Dreams. Well of Lost Dreams costs 4 mana. Whenever you gain life, you may pay X, where X is less than or equal to the amount of life you gained. If you do, draw X cards. Again, drawing, now, a lot of people think drawing is good. I'm just not that big into it. Like, I never saw the point of, like, Dark Confidant cards like that. Like, I understand how it's good. It's just, especially for this deck, because I think life gaining is the most important in this deck, and because it's supposed to be mostly for life gaining, and most of the commanders revolve around that and artifacts. So, I don't think drawing really needs to be here, but, I mean, what can I say? Now this card I like a lot, Sangir's Bound. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Again, this is life gains, people. So when you gain life, they're going to lose life. And that's a big thing. I mean, if you're going to be playing Life Link and they're going to lose life every time you gain life, there's that one card that I don't remember the top of my head, but it's green, white, and you gain 10 life. It loses 10 life automatically. That's amazing. I mean, 5 mana is a little high, but what can you say? This is Commander last late game. Now this card I think is also way undervalued. I have up next here. I think it's way better than what it's valued for and what people say. Because, I mean, sacrifice a creature, yeah, sure, but you gain life equal to the sacrifice creature's toughness. Bring back this card out. This card and this card paired together, killer combo right there. You sacrifice a creature, you gain life, and they lose life. Awesome ability. I mean, it's 2 mana, 1/1. I think this card's way undervalued. I think it's a really good card. It's an uncommon. This card we have up here is pretty good. I mean, it's not the commander I would choose, but it is an okay card. Serene the Hegmon. I'm not going to pronounce that right. I mean, there's no way I did. But, yeah. Flying, whenever Serene the Hegmon enters the battlefield, you may return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Now, this does have mostly artifact creatures, but my problem with this card is that. Now, you might be saying, Tucker, this is Commander. You're going to have that much mana. Yeah, but most people, even if Commander, games don't really last that long. And bring one artifact creature back to the battlefield, as far as I'm concerned, unless you're running Eldrazi or something, which you're not. This is life gain. It's not the best ability. There's 2 way better commanders in the deck than this one, especially for its high mana cost. Now this card everybody's talking about, Toxic Deluge. This card's like $20 too. It's pretty good. As an additional cost to cast Toxic Deluge, pay X life. Now, again, I was talking about being counterintuitive. This is also counterintuitive, but all creatures get X minus X until end of turn. You're probably only going to need to pay 4 life for that, and you can make creatures all creatures 4/4 until end of turn. Now, it is a good way to piss off everybody if you're playing multiplayer, but I would only use this card if you're playing multiplayer, because if you're playing single player, unless they're playing White Weenies or something, you're not going to want to pay that much life. Next up is Filgree's Angel. Now, again, this is another card that I'm not very big into. I mean, 5 mana, 5 colorless, and then 3 other mana. I mean, 8 mana to play that thing. is pretty high, and flying when filter enters the battlefield, you gain free life for each artifact you control. Now, that's the only reason I would play it, though, because if you can play it, and you gain free life for each artifact creature you control late game, that would help, because most of the cards I'm not showing you, which are the filler over here, are just artifact creatures with flying and stuff. But yeah, this card's really good. I'm not showing you those ones because I don't want to make it 5 parts or whatever. This card I also like. Shredded Sphinx. Flying whenever an artifact creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may put a 1/1 blue Phyrexian artifact creature token with flying onto the battlefield. That's pretty good because almost all of the creatures in here are artifacts. This one, I remember this. Mirror's Ball. When Mirror's battlefield enters the battlefield, put 4 1/1 colors Mirror artifacts creatures tokens onto the battlefield. Mirror Ball's attacks, you may tap X, untap Mirrors you control. If you do, Mirror's battlefield gets X+0 until end of turn and deals X damage to defending player. Good card, right? 7 mana. I think this card would be way better if it would have made it 5 mana or something. I mean, ability's great, but for 7 mana, it's a little steep. Next we have my favorite commander, the reason I think this deck's the best, because this card alone is worth buying the deck. It's not priced that high, but 3, 4, 5, 6 mana to pay. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain 2 life. Great steady ability already. And whenever you gain life, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card and each opponent loses 1 life. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if Ulros Alshek is in the commander zone, you gain 2 life. So even if he's not in play, he's your commander, you gain 2 life. I mean, great card, great card. Next up, we have Tidal Force. This is another card I'm about, but it's okay. At the beginning of each upkeep, you may tap or untap target permanent. Frost Titan. Everybody, replace this card with Frost Titan. Frost Titan's much better. This card, oh my god, I remember this set, and it just brought back nostalgia for me. Other creatures you control get 1/1. Amazing. 4 cost, amazing. Because Coat of Arms is also 4 mana, and it does the same thing, but this is also a creature. And it's not just one chosen type creature, it's all creatures. Yay, all creatures. This is another great card here. Flying, now I talked about the Ever Sphinx, this card is worth the mana cost. Flying First Strike, Vigilance, Lifelink, Protection from Red and from Green, 6/6. Late game winner right there. That's a late game winner. Defender Flying, and at the beginning of your end step, you may gain life equal to the power of target creature you control. Pretty good card, 4 mana. I mean, it doesn't need to be attacked. Why would you attack with it? This card, Land, I mean, it's okay. Not great. It's okay. Because, I mean, it does something, but add 1 colorless mana. I think there's way better cards out there you can replace that with. This card I love a lot. Whenever, it's 3 mana, whenever either deals combat damage to a player, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand, you gain life equal to its converted mana cost. Great. There's cards that do that for about 7 mana, and that card costs 3. Excellent card. Phyrexian Delver. Whenever Phyrexian Delver enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You lose life equal to its converted mana cost. This could be good or bad. I mean, it is Commander. You have life to spare. I'm trying to get through this, so I'm going to see how much I can do before 10 minutes. Whenever Serene Master blocks, exchange its power and toughness of target creatures blocking until end of combat. There is a better card out here I love better. It's one of my favorites. It's the Lion. It's a white, and it gets 7 for defending and 7 for attacking. This card's okay, though. I'm going to go for the last 3 cards real quick. Target non-artifact creature becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness equal to its converted mana cost on the turn. Really good ability. Target artifact creature gains Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn. Good ability. Good commander. Not as good as the first one, though. Here we go with this. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 2. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on target creature for each 1 life you gain. Amazing, because you're gaining a ton of life. With that 1 commander, gain 2 every turn. Here we go. When Offer enters the battlefield, you may exile target artifact. At the beginning of each upkeep, you may exile artifact or enchantment. If you do, its controller gains control of act the authority. And this card right here, never disc enters battlefield, tap, destroy all artifact, creatures, and enchantments. Great card. And this card, when it enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. Was spent to cast this. Good card right here, too. And that is all. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and I'm appreciative.